Hey, what's up, wonderful people? Welcome to the Vibe Scoop podcast. I hope that you are doing well and I hope that your days are coming along just fine. Being on the 16th day of the month of 20, or the month of March, the year 2023, I do apologize for the hitties. We have had a bit of a problem with our connectivity here, but nonetheless, we are here and we are here to serve you nothing but the latest in the weekly entertainment gist on the Vibe Scoop podcast. Remember, you can always interact with us on our social media platforms. We are actually on Twitter. You can find us on there. You can also find us on Facebook as well. My name is Spikes, and this is a Vibe Scoop podcast that gets to serve you the latest when it comes to entertainment matters in the 254. Today, we do have a lot to look into. We shall be talking about the matters LGBTQ because that has been trending on the TL. We also do have matters to do with online dating, which is also another big issue when it comes to this generation. Today's generation, online dating is actually a big thing. But nonetheless, welcome to the show. Remember, you can always also follow me on my socials. You can find me on social media on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And you can also connect with us on this particular YouTube live, which we hope we shall be doing each and every other Thursday and perhaps on Friday as well. We shall be fine tuning the days in which we shall be doing this particular one. But nonetheless, welcome so much. And feel free to drop your comment on there as well in case you're joining us. And also let us know how your week is coming along. I understand that it has started raining in most parts of the country, whether you're talking about the western part of the country, the central part of the country, the eastern part of the country. I understand that the rains are now with us. How is it going for you? Are you prepared for the planting season, or are you just there waiting to see if the rains are going to be sustained for a prolonged period? So, welcome to the show. Like I did say, today we do have a whole lot of issues to talk about, and one of the matters that we want to talk about today is the issue of the LGBTQ in Kenya. Recently, there was a court ruling by the Supreme Court which actually said that people are allowed, these LGBTQ people or community are allowed to form their own community or their own to register their own community or to register their own organization. And this has raised the eyebrows of many people simply because once you do get to give into this particular request, then many other requests will also be coming in. I don't know what your thoughts are. Do you think that there should be the legalizing of the LGBTQ and same-sex marriage or same-sex practices in this particular country that we call the 254? Let us know. Recently, the president of Kenya, he said that for him himself, he will not be allowing the LGBTQ to be legalized here in Kenya because this is not our culture. This is not our tradition. Normally, we are not supposed to be doing these things that have been imposed or have been introduced to the African society from outside, from Europe, from other different places. And therefore, the president, who is Ruto, actually did say that I will not be allowing for that to happen under his watch. We have seen this president being very much closely linked with the church. The church also has come out and they have said no, this is not the rightful way to go. But we have the Anglican Church, which is not in Kenya, but this is in the UK. The Anglican Church in the UK said that they will be allowing for the marrying of people of the same sex, which is for me, I would say this is a death culture. Why do I call it a death culture? LGBTQ is a death culture because you cannot have two men actually procreating. You cannot have two ladies or two women procreating. So this is, I would say, a death culture. I don't know what your thoughts are on LGBTQ and whether it should be legalized on the continent of Africa. Personally, it's a big no from me. But for you, let me know what your thoughts are and let me know. Do you think that the Supreme Court did the right thing in terms of allowing for the association to be registered, for them to have a movement, for them to have an association of themselves, which is legally registered and recognized by the government of Kenya? Let me know because after that, I think there will be more and more and more and more other different kinds of requests that you will find from the LGBTQ community. We did hear about Edwin Chiloba. Edwin Chiloba was mad at people are saying, oh, he has been targeted because he is an LGBTQ community person. But the information later came out to be found that he was actually murdered by his boyfriend, who was also LGBTQ. So this is not crime against LGBTQ, which is crazy. But anyhow, let me know. This is a Vibe Scoop podcast. We hope to be doing this particular podcast very regularly. And we also hope to keep you engaged and entertained as well as are informed on what is happening in the 254. Apart from that, I wanted to go into briefly on the matter of online dating. And my big question is, would you or are you into online dating? Are you involved with online dating? Have you tried online dating before, or do you aspire to try online dating? Because in this day and generation, the connectivity is through the internet, the connectivity is online. So therefore, you will find a whole lot of people using these social media platforms and also dating platforms for them to be able to connect and link up with people. Some people are even actually shy and introverted in real life, but they want to go out there and connect on the internet. Because on the internet, you can simply have a different kind of a persona on the internet and a different persona off the internet, which is crazy. But nonetheless, yes, this is a Vibe Scoop podcast. And as always, we're here to serve you with nothing but the latest in entertainment in the 254. And of course, apart from that, also get to connect with the new talent on the continent and talk about music, talk about lifestyle, and all these other different matters. So online dating, there are so many pitfalls when it comes to online dating. And one of the things is because simply one can have a different persona on online dating. This is a catfish. You might think that this is a very, very prosperous person, or this is a very, very chill and down to earth person, but that is their social media persona, or that is their online persona. When it comes to real life, kwenye ground, as we call it, kwenye ground, vitu ni tofauti kabisa. Someone might be pretending to be very, very much easygoing and cool and chill, but when it comes to on the ground, they are totally, totally different. Online dating, of course, we cannot really wish it away simply because the internet is here to stay, and therefore people will continue connecting online. But even as people proceed with online dating, or even as people attempt online dating, it's a very, very important for you to be able to know what are the do's and what are the don'ts, simply because if you decide to do online dating and one day you decide to have a personal meetup and then you go in a private meetup in a space, that means that your security might be compromised. And therefore, one of the don'ts, which is fast forward when you even guys plan to meet up, one of the fast forwards warnings is never meet in a private space. Make sure that you're meeting with someone in a public space, because your security or your safety might be compromised. You might even think that you're doing the right thing only to go and be dragged, and no, and a lot of other things that happen to you, which is quite I was saying that when you get into online dating, please be very, very careful because people do have a different personas. And even when you plan on meeting them up, please make sure that you are safe and you are in a public place. And you can also even tag along our friends if you want to go meet people that you have never met before. Apart from that, do not lend people money or do them favors simply because they met them online and they are saying, oh, they are in a different situation, this and that, and they need money for this and that. Please do not do that. Be very, very careful because you might actually end up being extorted of your money. I want to thank you so much for being with us on this particular broadcast over the Vibe School podcast. It's always a delight to have you tune in and also connect with us on different issues. So dating. I would really love to know your thoughts on this particular broadcast. So I want to wish you a happy and a productive rest of your day, and in everything that you do, make sure that you're doing it with a whole lot of optimism and positivity. Till next time, much peace and love. I want to say kwaheri, and I thank you for watching.